I call to order the October 1st meeting of the Student Government Association. We are live streaming and recorded. Please review your agendas while Jacob does roll call.
Nicholas Palumbo. Here. Isabella Moniz.
Here.
Anderson Dellea.
Here.
William Connor.
Here.
Travis McLaughlin.
Here.
Brenna Giuliani. Aiden Luciano.
Here.
Ben James. Jacob Trainer. Thomas McLaughlin. Cody Hoisington.
Here.
Sophia Rubencheck. Melissa Kuzmeski.
Here.
Raymond Quattaro. Ethan Mollinson. Irini Mahida.
Here.
Dominic Zyko.
Here.
Ezekiel Tamarkin.
Here.
Keela Fakos.
Here.
Haru Sharma.
Here.
Ethan Haynes.
Here.
Christopher Lannon.
Here.
Troyel Nozel.
Here.
Are there any corrections to the minutes from the September 24th meeting of the Student Government Association?
I move to amend the minutes to strike the date of September 17th to September 24th. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries.
And now for the President's report, Joseph Bonilla.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's wonderful to see so many new faces in the room. We look forward to working with you all throughout the academic year. I would like to extend my congratulations to all of our new senators on your successful elections and ensuing appointment. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Joseph Bonilla. I am honored to serve as the president of the Student Government Association here at Westfield State University. I am a senior, double majoring in psychology and health sciences, and I would like to thank you all for being here today. I'm excited to welcome some of our guest speakers. We'll start off with Matt Dellea, the director of the sale department, and let's give it up for Matt.
Joseph's a bit taller than I am. Good evening, everyone. I'm excited to be here with you all today. First, just want to say welcome to student government. I know I'll have more official greetings coming up. Tonight was impromptu, unplanned, but one of the highlights in my role as director of sale is to work with great student leaders such as yourselves. I work very closely with your executive board, CAB executive board, and our sales social squad. And tonight, I have the privilege of sharing some amazing news about one of our student leaders in our department. For those who don't know, some returners might, our department is part of a national organization called NACA, the National Association for Campus Activities. Every year, the Northeast region does awards for professionals and for students. And this year, Ashley and myself nominated a student for an award, and we found out this afternoon they won. Yes. In the nomination essay, it was stated the following. This student has demonstrated outstanding leadership qualities and has made a significant impact on the Westfield State community. Their unwavering dedication, visionary thinking, and remarkable ability to inspire and motivate others has significantly elevated the organizations they have been involved in and enriched the overall campus experience. Their ability to connect with others created an inclusive atmosphere that set a positive and welcoming tone needed for new students starting their college experience. A true mentor and role model, this student provided invaluable guidance and encouragement to our new group of student leaders during the annual Leadership Academy. Their positive influence fosters a sense of community and belonging within my department, and they take incoming student leaders and make them feel safe as they take risks and attempt new, exciting opportunities. Austin Morgan. Austin, you embody the type of leader that we know others seek to be. Austin will be presented with an actual award. He doesn't know this yet, but he will be invited to an award ceremony later in October to receive the award.
Congratulations, Austin.
Thank you.
Okay, and now I am excited to introduce Vice President, oh wow, so sorry, let me redo that. I'm excited to introduce Dr. Kevin Hearn and Dr. William Salka. Dr. Hearn has been serving as the Vice President of Enrollment Management and Student Affairs at Westfield State for just over a year now. And Dr. Salka has recently joined our institution as the Vice President of Academic Affairs and Provost. I'll turn it over to their presentations, followed by a short Q&A. Please join me in welcoming them to the podium, either or, whatever way they want to come up, but yeah.
That's exciting. Have we had NACA award winners before?
Yeah, last year was our first year with a winner, and now Austin will be our second.
Good afternoon, everyone. Joseph said presentation. I hate to let you down. I have no presentation for you today. I have some simple words. I'll introduce my colleague, and then the two of us will stay and address any questions that you might have. Certainly, as Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Affairs, I'm extraordinarily excited to be here. I started my collegiate career, I ended my collegiate career with student government at my institution. It was transformational for me. I would encourage all of you to make the most of these opportunities that you have. It's wonderful to see a full room and to see some familiar faces. I look forward to meeting the rest of you. My charge to you is just twofold. One, utilize me in my office. That includes dealing with students and Matt and Sal and so on and so forth. For our resource to support your experience as students. You might not know what you need today, but you will have needs. Please reach out to us directly. I'm approachable. You can say hello. I'm not scary. And I'm this career I've chosen is about supporting students. The second is really to engage the people around you as student leaders. It's wonderful that you're here, but you are not enough. No leader in and of himself is enough. So encourage your faculty members and your friends to be a part of this organization, to come to campus events. I will tell you that although this is has only been my first year here, this fall orientation, summer orientation, fall orientation, the beginning of the semester has been, as far as I'm concerned, outstanding. And it's not because of how wonderful Matt is and the tremendous planning that took place by Laura and Ashley and everyone else in the department. It's because you showed up and you went to events and you encouraged your friends to do so. So my one word for this year is engagement. Continue to be engaged, continue to encourage others to be engaged, and let me know how I can help. Okay? All right, let me let Joseph introduce Dr.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Dr. Hearn? Oh, doing joint questions? Okay, great. You can introduce yourself, please. And now give it up for Dr. Salka.
Thank you, Joseph, and thank you for inviting me here. As Joseph mentioned, I started this summer, early July. The campus was very sad because you weren't here. It was empty. And now you're back, and we're delighted to see you. So I came here after 24 years at Eastern Connecticut State University, where I was the provost for 6 years. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to be working with President Thompson. And so with that, what else would you like to know about me? I can do a presentation because I was a political science professor for 18 years, so I could give a lecture on American government. And I was involved in student government when I was an undergrad as well. So what do you want to know about me or Kevin?
Thank
Or
you.
more about Bill.
Thank you, Dr. Hearn and Dr. Salka. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for either of them? Justin Wald?
Could you guys enlighten us on what positions you were in student government? Just so we can get, a read on you two and see where we sit.
I was chair of what we called our budget and resource committee, so controlled the budget.
Oh, there we go.
Interesting. Senior class president.
Are there any further? Lord Farah?
Hi, would you both mind sharing a little bit more about what your goals do on campus? So there's like some tangible takeaways for first year students in Center.
Yeah, that's actually a great question because lots of people don't know what a provost is or what a provost does. So I'm going to ask Sarah to answer that.
Oh my God. That is so cool. The provost is the head of academic affairs. Oh, they focus on academic related things across campus, whether that's like professors, classes, courses, things like that. You want to
That's
help me
half.
out?
That's half. Of it. What's the other half?
Oh.
So I'll help.
Please.
Thank you for joining. So being the provost is the greatest job in the world because I'm in charge of all of the academic departments, all of the majors, all of the faculty, but also I'm in charge of all the academic support services. So many of the things that are in Parenzo. And so I will ask you one thing, right? As leaders, one of the big initiatives we're working on this year and going forward is to increase the retention rate. And so if you see a student or you have a friend who's struggling, get them to somebody who can get them to the people that can help them, right? That's the worst thing that can happen is somebody come here, pay tuition, incur debt, and leave without a degree. So we want everybody to graduate, and we need your help to do that. Did that answer your question well enough?
Thank you.
Thanks for the question, Laura. I work directly for Justin in his role as Vice President for Student Life. My responsibilities as the Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Affairs have a lot to do with a lot of the out-of-the-classroom experiences. That includes residence life, that includes a sale office, that includes university police, that includes career services, counseling services, and a variety of different support services that go to your experience as students, whether you be a resident student, a commuter student, if there's transfer students that are transitioning here, if they're continuing education students and graduate students, and so on and so forth. We sit at the ready in a lot of different places to help guide to what I call challenge and support students. So I would encourage you to be thinking about both of us as accessible resources to you in your educational and lifelong experience while an OWL. I will share with you who may be new to Westfield State. When I got here a year ago, this student government asked me to build a bridge with academic affairs and be a good partner to the provost, the previous provost. And we were able to do that. I'm very encouraged, and I know I speak for Dr. Salka when I say, I feel like we are collaborating, communicating almost on a daily basis. And where you see disconnect, where there may be a challenge between academic affairs and student affairs or enrollment management, please reach out, share that directly with Justin or share that with Sarah. The two of us are very committed to each of you as students, to the progressive nature of the university and anything that we can do to improve this place for future OWLs to come. Okay.
Thank you. Are there any further? Sarah Harrington?
This is a question specifically for Salka. Do you have any updates for us on the dean's list?
I think so. We turned it over to the deans. And so I believe they're getting the information from spring from the registrar, and it should be posted on their website soon, but I will follow up and check with them.
Thank you so much.
Ezekiel?
You mentioned making changes to increase attention in the academic life. What are some of these changes you're expecting to make?
Great question. So we're going to move to what's called a dual advising model. That's going to be the biggest change. And that's where every first year student and every sophomore has both a faculty advisor and a professional advisor in the Office of Academic Advising. That way, if a first year student has difficulty finding their faculty advisor and they're not in TRIO, they're not lead scholar, they're not Bonacos, they will have a professional advisor to go to help them register, help them identify resources that they can use. That's probably the biggest change. The other thing I'm doing is I'm going to move the care center out of the library where it's kind of hidden into Parenzo so that all of the academic support services are in Parenzo and it's kind of a one-stop shop. I'm very excited. There's a lot of things we could be doing, we will be doing, that will really help with retention.
Thank you. Readdress?
Yep, can I just follow up? How do you plan to inform first-year students as well as current faculty about these new changes so they may be up to date on what to do moving forward?
Sure. So the chairs have been informed and they're supportive of this program. We're probably going to do a soft rollout of the dual advising model in the spring, but because we weren't able to catch the first year students in summer orientation and tell them about this, right, we will send emails, we will reach out in every way that we can, but we also understand that students don't really read their emails. So we will publicize that the professional advisors are available, but then we will really start the program next fall with the incoming class.
And for faculty?
Yeah, we'll inform faculty. The chairs are supposed to be informing their faculty. I meet with the chairs once a month and we talk about things like this, and then hopefully they go back and talk about it in the department meetings. I'm also going to every department meeting this fall, and I will inform them when I'm in those meetings as well.
Thank you. Are there any further questions, comments, or concerns? Anderson Dellea.
Good evening, thank you both for coming down. My question is also for you, Dr. Salka. So you said you're moving the care center out of the library. I don't know if this would necessarily fall under you, but do you have any plans onto what to fill that space with now that the care center will no longer be there?
Yeah, we're considering a couple of things. There's a faculty center we might move in there. The honors program might move in there. We really haven't made that decision yet, but I can certainly inform Sarah when we do make those decisions. Sarah and I meet regularly, and she can share it with you, and you can also invite me to any of your meetings.
Thank you. Chris Verlana.
Hi, I just wanted to say a compliment to both of you. I was on the open forum that happened last May and this May for both of you. You guys are my top picks. I just wanted to admire all the work you do. I feel like it goes unnoticed a lot sometimes, especially with students who don't know what a provost or a vice president does. So I just wanted to say that, let everyone know.
And you can tell your faculty how great we are too.
I do.
Thank you, Chris. We have time for 2 more questions. Are there any more? Isabella Muniz.
Hi, this is a question for you, Dr. Salka. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I am fine with it.
That's why I'm here.
But I was just wondering what you were envisioning or thinking, if this is even on your radar, about majors that have been kind of displaced and dispersed all over campus since the closing of Mott Hall and Horace Mann. Currently, a lot of those classrooms are in the Dower Center. That is kind of conflicting. I have classes in there on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and at the same time while I'm trying to take a lecture class, there's drums going on in the classroom behind us, so it's very hard to hear. I was just wondering if you had any ideas on where you might be thinking of possibly moving us.
So that's a great question. It is on my radar. We are going to create a scheduling policy so that courses will be spread out across the day, and then we can utilize better classrooms and not put lecture classes next to a drum recital or something like that. So we are working on that.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have one more question? Justin Wald.
This question's for Dr. Hearn. We haven't heard enough from you. What are some of your plans going forward on things like retention and otherwise?
Yeah, first of all, I want to speak to Isabella's question. One of your responsibilities is to make sure that Dr. Salka and I understand your experience. Okay, so We're not in Dellea hate classes. Please find ways to communicate about that experience to us, about all of your experiences, about the difficult challenges you might have about finding a shuttle to South Lawn and how we might overcome something like that. It's critically important that you use your voice. There's a lot of different committees around campus that are seeking student involvement. If you hear a student come, or if a student comes to you and says, I've got a concern, you should hear two things. One, the concern, and two, the soft invitation to get them involved in something on campus. And there are many, many things beyond student government. As appealing as that was to me as a senior, I was not involved in student government as a freshman, sophomore, junior. I was involved in other sorts of things. So think about what those experiences are and engage others with that. Now, not to avoid Justin's question, how do we do that? It goes back to that word I used before, engagement. We know through data and research that students who are involved and engaged on campus tend to stay. If you stay, your chances of graduating grow. If you graduate, your chance of getting gainful employment grow. So we know we can follow all those sorts of things. How to engage the nearly 4,500 individual students who have individual perspectives and backgrounds and history, that's the challenge. And that's where I think we set up as senior leadership of the institution a structure to support the work that you all will do as student leaders, and that Laura and Matt and Ryan and John and Maggie and Tony and everybody else is here to support. So part of what I'm trying to do, the most significant thing that I'm trying to do is build programs, policies and practices that engage students in the experience that you're having, which sounds kind of foolish. Well, of course I'm engaged. You can, I'm sure you know these students, you can sort of sleepwalk through your experience, right? Go to one class, the next class, the next class, and never tell the provost that you don't want to take a class next to a drum set. Or you can do just what Isabella did and say, hey, listen, this is what we need to be talking about. This is significant for students. So the plan, let's engage more students.
Thank you. We have a point of information from Sarah Harrington. Oh, okay. Never mind. Thank you so much, Dr. Salka and Dr. Hearn.
Please make sure that we're not on our phones during the meetings to make sure that you're paying full attention and respect for our speakers. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Okay, great. So moving on to the rest of my report. This academic year marks a monumental milestone. Many of you who have been in the room already heard me say this, but for the new senators, I'll reiterate it. This is the 100th year of the Student Government Association at Westfield State. That's a great milestone, I think. And we'll be celebrating. This centennial year is a time for us to reflect on our impact as an organization and to look forward to what we can achieve together. Emphasize that. Our mission this year is to enhance our approachability and focus on civic engagement and really make sure that all of the students who come to us and all the students in our classrooms and all the students that we see in the DC feel welcomed and included. For our new senators, some of our executive board members may have already reached out via email or spoken to you in person earlier today or will after this about our new initiative, Team Huddles. In this initiative, senators will be paired with executive board members to foster collaboration and communication, providing support in both professional and personal capacities. For those of you who are new in the room, the executive board council is myself, Justin Wald, Sarah Harrington, Austin Morgan, Jake Constant, Daniel Courier, Lorraine Fernandez, and Elizabeth, who isn't here today. But they'll reach out if they haven't already. I've been also working with community partners to organize voter registration week, scheduled for the following dates and times. Write these down for the new senators. Monday, October 21st from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Wednesday, October 23rd from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And Friday, October 5th from 1:30 to 3 p.m. Please see me after this meeting to sign up for time slots to assist with this initiative. I look forward to seeing you all contributing to this. Lastly, I want to reiterate key points from my emails last night and Daniel Courier's. During our meeting tonight, we will be electing a parliamentarian along with 4 members, each of the Rules and Regulations Committee and the Constitutional Review Committee. The role of parliamentarian is critical for the SGA and requires a detailed understanding of the Constitution and bylaws. Please keep this in mind as you prepare to vote tonight. If you're interested, we will be asking for your comments to share with Senate why they should vote for you for the role of parliamentarian. As we move forward, I'd like to leave you with, actually no. I have two motions. I forgot about these. So first motion, I move to appoint Laura Cafaro and Ryan Mearsman as advisors for the 2024-2025 academic year.
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded. You can do that, yeah.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
Now for my second motion, can I get a drum roll, please? I move to accept the results of the fall 2024 election.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries.
You are now officially members of the Student Government Association. Now I'll end you with a quote. As we move forward, I'd like to leave you with a quote by Robert Putnam, and it goes, "What really matters from the point of view of societal capital or social capital and civic engagement is not merely nominal membership, but active and involved membership." So thank you all, and I look forward to working with you throughout the year.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Joseph Bonilla? Sarah Harrington?
Hi, Joseph.
Hi, Sarah.
Do you mind just repeating the registration dates for those of us who didn't get to finish that yet?
Absolutely. Let me know when you're all ready. Give me a face. Okay, great. October 21st from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. October 23rd from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. And Friday, October 25th from 1:30 to 3 p.m.
Ethan Haynes?
Hi, Joseph.
Hi.
Do you have a spot of where these are gonna be?
So there are tentative locations. Should I share those, Laura?
I would just keep a lookout for your team's group messages, and they'll all be there virtually for you, but yes, they are all.
They're tentative right now, but they'll be solidified.
Any further? Zeke?
Will this all be sent in an email later?
It absolutely will.
Any further? Seeing none, thank you, Joseph.
Thank you. And now for your Board of Trustees report, Daniel Courier.
All right, good evening and a warm welcome to our new members. My name is Daniel Courier, a senior accounting major from Attleboro, Massachusetts, and the student trustee for the 2024-2025 academic year. As a student trustee, I provide the student perspective on our Board of Trustees, an 11-member group predominantly appointed by the governor that is charged with overseeing and safeguarding the institution that we call home. Some of the matters we vote on and consider include the annual budget, tuition and fee increases, the granting of tenure and promotion to faculty, the evaluation of the president, and much more. Our meetings are open to the public and are typically full-day meetings. Our next full meeting will be taking place on Wednesday, October 23rd. More information to follow. I do want to note, as I did a few weeks ago, for those that were here, a few caveats about my role. First, while I provide a student perspective on the board, I have a duty of loyalty and a fiduciary responsibility to the university. This mindset is required by state law. For example, while I as a student do not want to pay more in tuition and fees, I must evaluate any proposal to increase fees with the financial state of the university in mind. Additionally, my role requires me to be in conversations that are safeguarded by confidentiality. Those previously on SGA will recall that I spent a lot of time last year in executive session or closed-door meetings of the board. As these meetings contend with legal and/or HR-related matters, I am not able to discuss the contents of these discussions. I thank you all in advance for understanding these two key caveats about my role. For our new members of SGA, welcome. You join an organization that has incredible power and influence along with a cherished history, 100 years long. But this all comes with responsibility. Please know that the Executive Council and our advisors are here to help as you navigate the complexities of this organization and the rigors that come with representing your fellow students on committees with faculty, staff, and administrators. For the new first years in the room, I'd like to introduce you to a project that I worked on with Sarah, our current Vice President of Academic Life, and another member who serves in the role that Justin now holds, Vice President of Student Life. At many other universities, the course schedule has a non-instructional period known as a common hour. These periods of time are meant not only for faculty and staff to conduct important meetings, but for students to purposely engage in extracurricular and co-curricular activities. particularly our commuting students who may not be on campus in the evening hours when events have traditionally been held. While the university does have a common meeting time currently scheduled from 1:40 to 2:55 on Fridays, we hope that a Monday, Wednesday, Friday common hour or equivalent could allow for clubs to meet, guest speaker events to be held, and much more. We will soon be submitting an updated proposal asking the Academic Policies Committee to consider additional common hours. A subcommittee will likely be created to explore this issue further. Finally, I'd like to highlight my main initiative for the year, addressing deferred maintenance on our campus. To our first years in the room who have had classes in Bates Hall or Wilson Hall, or live in Courtney Hall or another residential building, it should come as no surprise to you that upgrades to our facilities are needed campus-wide. Overall, the university estimates that the current cost of these upgrades exceed well over $100 million. While the university is investing in necessary updates through the use of cash reserves, we need the state to step in and help us out. To that end, I've been working with the Student Advisory Council, which includes all the student trustees across the state, to see how we should approach this issue with lawmakers. It is my hope that we will have clarity by the end of this year, including the potential for a higher education bonds bill to be put before the legislature, so that all of our public institutions, including Westfield State University, receive the repairs necessary to educate tomorrow's leaders. To our new members, I look forward to working with each of you over the next year as you begin your leadership journey with us here at SGA. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for him? Seeing none, thank you, Dan. And now for your Vice President's report of student life, Justin Wall.
Hello, everyone. My name is Justin Wald, and I'm the Vice President of Student Life for the Student Government Association. I'm a junior political science major and also a history major, I'm from Sheffield, Massachusetts, a small town in the Berkshires. In my position, I cover my employee, Kevin Hearn, as well as the areas of residential life, dining services, athletics, student affairs, and public safety, as well as anything related to the student experience. My goals for this year are to enhance campus culture, work to create new campus traditions, and improve and enhance student access to mental health resources. I also wanted to congratulate all of the newly elected senators. I'm super excited to see what you all do this year.
Thank you, Justin. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, time for your Special Committee on Club Relations and Celebrations report. Justin Wald.
All right. So Austin and I met recently, and we briefly discussed some ideas for this special committee since it is new. We thought the committee could work on refining the club transition process. So more clubs do it, and we discussed creating a sort of support network for all the clubs that currently exist and the ones that come in the future. We also discussed some potential awards, like most attended event, most innovative event, and awards focused on each club category. These are kind of based to try and get clubs to do attendance tracking on presence, which I know is sort of a hard thing to get them to do. And a little information about the committee. This committee is charged with the maintenance of a robust relationship with registered student organizations, planning events that celebrate our clubs, and developing initiatives to engage students in these clubs. If you are interested in joining this, please feel free to reach out to me or Austin after the meeting, or email me at vpstudentlife.sga@westfield.ma.edu.
Thank you, Justin. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none. Food Services Committee report. Justin Wald.
This is the last one. So last Friday, the Food Services Committee met, and we discussed many things, including changing the meetings to bi-weekly on the second and fourth Friday of every month. And here's a short list of some of the updates that came out of the meeting. They added a bunch of new options at Owl Cafe and Ely Harvest. They changed a bunch of the signs in the DC to be larger because of students with visual challenges. They couldn't see the smaller signs, and they did this instantly over the weekend. And there's going to be a poll released for late night fried options on the Get app for late night. And with that, the poll, they wanted me to plug their Instagram, Westfield State Dining, as well as Nutrition, Westfield State, which has a lot of important updates related to allergy, nutrition events. And you can also, I think there's a link to schedule a meeting with the dietitian, which they wanted me to stress to everybody as a very good resource. And finally, when you walked in and got your agenda, you should have gotten a finalized committee charge for this committee. The charge will formally change the committee name to Dining Services and will officially lay out a committee charge and purpose for it to stand by. Now I move to adopt the Dining Services Committee charge as written.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you, Justin. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns? Laura Cavaro?
Hi, everyone. Just a comment. As you see, Justin did the last 3 reports, but with all of our new senators in the room, as you all are filling and supporting the committees that he is serving on and leading, you're able to then exchange places with him and also report on that. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you, Laura. Are there any further? Seeing none, thank you, Justin. And now for your vice president's report of academic life, Sarah Harrington.
Hello, everyone. It's so nice to see so many filled seats and new faces here tonight. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah Harrington, and I'm Vice President of Academic Life. I'm from Westfield, Massachusetts, and I'm majoring in elementary education. In my role, I focus on academic-related areas of campus, including courses, curriculum, parking, departments, and academic affairs. I work with the Provost, as he mentioned, to relay information to and from his office to our campus. This is my 2nd year in this position, and I absolutely love it. I've gotten to meet and interact with so many people from campus, so if you want to get involved more, consider running for exec next year. Moving on to things I'm working on. On your way in, there is a paper that looks like this. It's an SGA dictionary. This is just a list of terms and committees that are not common knowledge if you have not sat in SGA before. This is to refer to when you're confused about something said, and if you have any ideas for something else to be added into it, I'd love to hear them, so you can let me know. Please keep these in your binders so that you can use them for reference. I'm currently looking for other students to sit with me on University Curriculum Committee. UCC is held every 1st and 3rd Friday from 1:40 to 3:30. We have 2 open spots, but I would really like if I could have at least one person join me by Friday. I told them I would have student representatives after our first full Senate meeting. In these meetings, we will use a website called Curriculog to review proposals. So if you'd like to join, as well as APC's Curriculog, if you'd like to join either of these 2, we would need to meet before in order for me to give y'all a little rundown on how it works. Those of you who were in the meeting, those of you who were at the meeting earlier this year where Josh Afterake, the Associate Director of Space Management and Park and Clerk, came down, know that there are a lot of changes happening in parking this semester. That's why it's vital for us to get students on Parking Control Board. So please let me know if you're interested. If you need to reach me, my email is vp@academiclife.sga@westfield.ma.edu. My office hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays 10 to 11 and Fridays 11:30 to 1:30. And my song of the day is for all of our new senators. Welcome to Paradise by Green Day. Thank you.
Are there any questions, comments, or, oh my God, I'm sorry. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Sarah Harrington? Seeing none. Daniel Curry.
This is a point of information. So far there's been a couple of points mentioned about committees. I just wanted to know because I forgot to mention in my report. I did leave for you a quick guide that lists all the committees. Next week or even during this week, I will email out a full guide to committees. Each committee will have a 2-pager that really goes into what the committee is, how many students serve on it, how it's selected, who you can reach out to, etc. So you'll have more information on what University Curriculum Committee does and what it's charged with, for example, just so you have that at the ready.
For those, I'll just give a real rundown now for what these are. UCC works on passing any course or curriculum revisions. So right now, a big thing that we're working on is the new gen ed curriculum. Those are a lot of the proposals that are going through. So getting courses changed, whether it's the title, whether it's the stuff that's being taught in it, that's what we work on. And then APC is Academic Policies Committee, and that's exactly how it sounds, working on the policies for each course, what that looks like.
And as a point of information, we also need another student on there. It's very exciting, very fun. I served on it last year. If you have any questions, you can ask Sarah or Austin, who is our exec liaison this year. Are there any further questions, comments, or concerns for Sarah? Seeing none, now for your Vice President's report of student equity, Lorraine Fernandez.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lorraine Fernandez, the new SGA Vice President of Student Equity, and I'm very excited to be here tonight with all of you. Just to talk a little bit about myself, to introduce myself, I am a junior, majoring in psychology with a minor in Spanish. I'm very passionate about understanding and supporting the diverse needs of our student body. In addition to my academics, I work as a student ambassador at the Care Center and proudly lead the Latinx Association for Empowerment, also known as LAFE, in the role of president. A fun fact about me, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, where I developed my love for the community and my culture. I moved to Massachusetts when I was 18, and I'm currently 23 years old. As Vice President of Student Equity, my goal is to help create a college experience that is inclusive and enriching for all students. I believe that every voice matters, and I'm committed to ensuring that our campus is a space where everyone feels valued and supported. It's an honor to stand before the Student Government Association as I embark on this journey. I look forward to collaborating with each of you this semester and creating a better environment on campus. Together, we can explore innovative solutions to enhance student life, promote equity, and foster a sense of belonging for everyone. In addition, my office hours are Mondays from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. And my email is vpequity.sga@westfield.edu.ma. I'm excited to get to know each and every one of you, and I welcome your ideas and feedback as we work together toward our shared goals. Thank you for your commitment to Westfield State University community, and let's make this a great semester. Thank you.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Lorraine? Joseph Bonilla. I just wanted to congratulate you, Lorraine. We had new senators, but we also just recently had you join our team. You've gotten the ball rolling. We're excited to see what you're going to get into this year. Are there any further? Seeing none, time for your Vice President's report of finance. Austin Morgan.
I had no idea I was getting that award. Still a little shaken up. My heart's still beating pretty fast. So thank you again to Matt and Ashley and Laura for nominating me. And what a prestigious award. And I cannot thank everyone else enough, because the reason why I joined any student organization was to be a part of the amazing group of people in this room. You all have or will have a huge effect on my life and are amazing people. And getting to know every single one of you is a privilege. So thank you for that. On to my report. Good evening, everyone. As everyone else has done, I would like to welcome all the new faces to the room. My name is Austin Morgan, and I am the SGA Vice President of Finance for this year. I oversee the SGA monetary accounts, chair the Finance Committee that provides funding for SGA recognized clubs and organizations, and act as a representative to the Westfield State University Foundation. The Executive Council has the option to modify budget line items and reallocate funds to other purposes. Going off that, the Executive Council voted unanimously to increase the budget for club sports from $45,500 to $45,846 to allow for the women's club ice hockey team to operate. Finally, I'm looking for people to join the Finance Committee. It handles requests from SGA recognized clubs and organizations for additional funds, reviews the finance bylaws for SGA, and is a unique opportunity to see how SGA interacts with clubs through the lens of finances. It also looks pretty good on a resume. See me at this meeting if you're interested. As always, you can reach me at vpfinance.sga@westfield.ma.edu. Go Birds.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Austin? Seeing none, thank you, Austin. Vice President's report of publicity, Sarah Harrington.
Hi, everyone. Liz wrote this report, so pretend I'm her.
I unfortunately cannot be here today, but for those of you who don't know me, my name is Elizabeth Mercer, and I'm the Vice President of Publicity. I'm so excited for this year and meeting all the new senators and creating relationships with you all. A little bit about me is that I'm a senior psychology major, I'm from Connecticut, and I'm a huge gym rat. I enjoy reading, running, and playing ice hockey for the women's club team. Hope to see you all at my games this winter. This is my 4th year at SGA, as my first year was serving as class president. Then I was elected to the role of Vice President of Publicity and have been in this role for 3 years now. My role includes making media posts for the student government's Instagram, running the Owl Ball Committee, Blue Key Committee, and this year beginning the Special Committee on Publicity and External Relations. Another important part of my role is naming the Senator of the Month Award. This award goes to any of the senators that have gone above and beyond, whether it's participation or enthusiasm. So with that being said, September Senator of the Month, okay, she had the drum roll there, but it needs to be later. The September Senator of the Month goes to someone who is new to SGA. She has shown enthusiasm since her first day here and has connected with members of the SGA and has been outgoing and involves herself on campus. She commutes to Westfield, and her dedication to not only being involved on campus, but demonstrating a strong leader is recognizable to all of us. Now, can I have a drum roll? Congratulations, Melissa Kuzminski. That's all for my report, and again, congratulations to everyone on their new roles, and if you need anything, reach out to me. I'm happy and always here to support you all. Thank you.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Sarah, acting as Elizabeth? Seeing none, thank you, Sarah. Now it's time for your Executive Secretary report, Jacob Constant.
Hello, everyone. First and foremost, my name is Jacob Constant, and I am this year's Executive Secretary. And meaning in this role, I am dealing with things behind the scenes within SGA. Meaning I deal with attendance, making sure everybody is going to all of their meetings, their office hours, and everything like that. And I'm also a junior computer information systems major from Fairhaven, Massachusetts. And then with my report. With the last of my election updates, there were 229 votes in the elections this year. Good job. And then for all the new senators, all your binders do not have a constitution in it, and that is planned because we are voting on the second round of the amendments tonight, and if approved, everyone will be getting an updated constitution. And then for all the new senators, you will be added to our SGA 2024-2025 teams and chat tonight after this meeting. There will also be a mandatory training session for all new senators after next Tuesday's meeting. And if you were at the previous onboarding, you are not required to attend this one. And then finally, I will be modifying my office hours next week on Tuesday the 8th because I have a facilities master plan steering committee meeting, and I'm changing it from 3 to 5 to 3:30 to 5. And then if you have any questions, please let me know.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Jacob? Joseph Binian. As a point of information for everyone in the room who's new, as you saw, a lot of us have reports delegated in here, and you will see throughout the agenda that there's different names for commuter council, class presidents, et cetera, et cetera. We want to encourage you all to participate in this process and actively contribute to the conversations that are had here. So it's not all of us speaking the whole time, because it's what's the point of that? We want you guys to be actively involved in contributing to that. So if you have class council meetings, commuter council meetings, or whatever it is that you are specifically representing, then the expectation is that we have you come up here once in a while and start reporting on that behalf so that it's more conversational. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any further? Laura Caparo.
Great job running your first round of election.
Akile follows?
Facos. Yeah. If we are unable to make the October 8th meeting for training, is there a follow-up?
You can meet with me after the meeting and we'll talk about it.
Thank you.
Any further? Seeing none, thank you, Jacob. Moving on to the commuter council report, Melissa Kuzmeski.
Melissa Kosmeski. I commute from East Hampton, Mass. I am a criminal justice major, sociology minor. I'm also a commuter council representative. On Friday, September 27th, a few members of the commuter council met and decided we will have bi-weekly meetings. We discussed producing a monthly newsletter that would include announcements of Westfield State's updates, highlights, and more. We are also hoping to have a commuter event in the coming weeks, and the thoughts of food offered are a waffle bar and/or parfaits. Lastly, a few discussed some commuter lounge adjustments, wanting it more open, more study area, calm, inviting, and comfortable, and a good place just to have discussions.
Thank you, Melissa. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Melissa? Sarah Harrington.
Congratulations on your first report.
Any further? Seeing none, thank you. Senior class report, Isabella Moniz.
I couldn't see people over the laptop, so I had to show it. Hi everyone, my name is Isabella. I'm a senior. I'm a social work major with a double minor in psychology and Spanish. I'm from Fall River, Massachusetts, so about 2 hours out from campus. And now I'm going to get into my report. I'm also a representative to Senate for the class of 2025. So the class of 2025 held our Welcome Back Barbecue Friday evening at Woodward, and it was a great success. The weather turned out to be really nice, and there was an assortment of good food, drinks, live music, a photo booth, and overall just a great time to create memories with friends. We gained more of a social media presence, which will further help us get more information about our future events to come. So thank you to everyone that came and supported, in addition to the junior class representatives who helped during the process, in addition to also being our messer for the evening. We are now focused on mapping out our 100 days till commencement in early February. In addition to getting a senior weekend agenda and potential costs out to all seniors prior to Thanksgiving break. We will be putting up a few polls this week to help gauge student interest and aim our focus at max participation. With our efforts to keep the senior weekend costs as low as possible, we are working on 2 key fundraisers. The first being our class of 2025 lawn signs, and the second possibly being a sale of different assortments of food goods, such as chocolates, popcorn, etc., which will be done online as we approach the holiday season. Should you have any questions, please feel free to ask them at this time. Thank you.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Isabella? Seeing none. Thank you, Isabella. Junior class president, Travis McLaughlin.
Okie dokie. I move to appoint Stella Greenberg and Rachel Liu to the Senate for the 2024-2025 year.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Congratulations.
Congrats. Okay, I'm Travis, the junior president, a poli-sci and econ double major. That was all ad-libbed. Now for my actual report. Good evening all. The class of 2026 council met last Tuesday, September 24th at 4 o'clock. We started by conducting interviews for Senate candidates in order to determine if they were a good fit for our class council. We had 4 interview candidates, but only 2 showed up. Very sad. But both interviews went swimmingly. We also worked on plans to hold a bake sale at the homecoming tailgate. More details of that in the future. Lastly, I regret to inform you all that the class of 2026 will not be hosting a halfway there event due to scheduling conflicts and lack of interest. Thank you.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Travis? Sarah Harrington.
Congrats on your first report.
Anderson Dellea.
Good job, Travis. You said there was a lack of interest for a halfway there event. How did you guys know for sure there was a lack of interest?
I asked, and only Chris was the one excited about it. So that sounds like not a lot of interest in it.
Sarah Harrington.
I have a clarification question on that.
Sure.
So you're saying that, like, your class council wasn't interested in it, or not your class?
I asked the class council who wants to really go forward and do it, and based off of a lot of the past experience with last year's enthusiasm generally, we weren't really.
I'm just, can I just go through that? Readdress, I just would push you guys to do it. I know that it's hard if you don't have much motivation, but it's a tradition that Katie Egan started and they continue. So it'd be nice to see some junior class events.
We will next year, spring. Look forward to a big spring event.
Joseph Bonilla. Thank you, Travis. To Sarah's point, what's it called? It's at your discretion to do whatever. However, I will definitely say I would encourage you to send out an email to your class and inquire on their thoughts of what they would like in substitution for the event or the event. But that's just a suggestion. Thank you. Daniel Courier? Withdrawn. Thank you. Chris Lannon?
I withdraw.
Thank you. Justin Wall?
Do you want to maybe clarify on some of the issues you had while trying to plan the event so people can understand the hardships or whatever?
Happily. So I reached out many times during the summer with very few people replying to emails. Please reply to your emails to try and find a venue and a date for our event. So after planning with my class council for an event, we found October 18th to be a good date. I don't know if anyone has an idea what that actually is. That's homecoming. We didn't know that. So we planned for homecoming, not knowing it was homecoming. And then they told us we can't do that because it's homecoming.
Thank you. Leo?
Thank you guys for helping out the senior welcome back barbecue.
Happily, very fun.
Are there any further? Seeing none, thank you, Travis. Is there any new business? Daniel Courier.
I move to open new business.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried. Constitution Amendment Review, Daniel Courier.
All right. So this was showed last week for those that were here, but I'm just going to do a quick synopsis for anyone that's new. You should have received an email last night from Joseph with the amendments that were approved at the last meeting, but need to be approved again today per our Constitution to be officially enacted. So a legal consultant has reviewed our Constitution and bylaws. Certain changes do need to be made based on that consultant's review, which I'll explain a little bit later. There is still a constitutional review committee that will be meeting. We'll be appointing people or electing people today to review our Constitution. That is a process that happens every 3 years, but certain amendments need to be made as soon as possible. These are the categories of changes. First, on club approvals. Instead of it only being a rules and regs decision, all club approvals will need to go through full SGA consideration. If a club is derecognized, for example, by rules and regs and confirmed by SGA, that club or organization can appeal through an appeals process that is specified in our amendments. Additionally, there is the process for the removal of a member of the SGA. Presently in our Constitution, it is very vague. For members, for representatives, it is only for attendance purposes, and for executive council, it's very vague in terms of what's the grounds, how is it being conducted, etc. So we are proposing the same process for both exec and the legislature. There are a detailed set of procedures that are outlined in those amendments, and we also establish for any and all reasons for removal an appeals process. So as I mentioned this earlier, the club approvals, rules and regs, the full SGA, the special committee on appeals, everything is spelled out in the amendments that you have received. The special committee on appeals will be created as part of these amendments. It will be a new randomized committee that will meet to hear appeals on club approvals and the removal of a member. This is really, there's certain grounds for an appeal to be considered and for it to be granted, and that's all spelled out again in the amendments. We took a lot of the language from the student handbook. There are certain safeguards in place for this committee to prevent conflicts of interest. As an example, if you are on rules and regs, you would not be on the Special Committee on Appeals for hearing a club appeal. For the removal of an SGA member, there are various categories. The first is attendance and GPA requirement violations. You can miss up to 4 meetings unexcused. There's also committee meeting requirements in there as well. You also need to maintain a GPA that's set in our legislative accountability bylaws. If you fall below that, you will be removed from the SGA, and there is an appeal process for that. The second is student conduct. This is not for minor infractions, but this is something serious that really that we need to take a look at. There will be a process for removing you based on student conduct outside of this room. And the third is general removal. This pertains to what's going on in this room. If you're not adhering to your position responsibilities, if there's negligence, financial impropriety, etc., all of that is spelled out in the amendments as well. So there is a motion. I will read it. It is a resolution. There we go. SGA Resolution 003. And the resolution is to implement certain amendments to the Constitution approved at the September 24th, 2024 SGA meeting. Whereas the Student Government Association Executive Council has learned of special circumstances that require changes to SGA's Constitution, and whereas the Executive Council recommends that certain systems be put in place regarding appeals of certain decisions until the Constitutional Review Committee can meet and solidify new amendments and changes, and whereas Article 10 of the Constitution requires that amendments be approved by the Student Government Association at 2 successive meetings, and whereas at its September 24th, 2024 meeting, the Student Government Association voted by a 2/3 majority to approve proposed changes to the SGA Constitution. Therefore, be it resolved, the Student Government Association hereby implements the approved amendments along with the necessary changes to pertinent article and section numbers. Is there a motion?
So moved. Is there a second to this motion? No. It's been moved and seconded.
So there will be a roll call votes. There needs to be a 3/4 majority in favor. So Jacob will be doing a roll call. Please say aye, nay, or abstain.
Nicholas Palumbo.
Aye.
Isabella Moniz.
Aye.
Anderson Dellea.
Aye.
William Connor.
Nay.
Travis McLaughlin.
Aye.
Rachel Luo.
Aye.
Stella Greenberg.
Aye.
Aiden Luciano.
Aye.
Ben James.
Aye.
Jacob Trainer.
Aye.
Thomas McLaughlin.
Aye.
Cody Hoisington.
Aye.
Sophia Rubencheck.
Aye.
Melissa Kuzmeski.
Aye.
Ethan Mollinson.
Aye.
Irini Mahida.
Aye.
Dominic Zyko.
Aye.
Ezekiel Tomarkin.
Abstain.
Akila Fakos.
Aye.
Paru Sharma.
Aye.
Christopher Lannon.
Aye.
Ethan Haynes.
Aye.
Troyel Nozo. Joseph Bonilla.
Aye.
Justin Wald.
Aye.
Sarah Harrington.
Aye.
Oscar Morgan.
Aye.
Lorraine Fernandez.
Aye.
Me. Aye. Isabella here. And Danny Courier.
Aye.
There's a majority. Motion carries. Okay.
All right, hello everyone. So today, I know Joseph mentioned already that we are going to be doing the parliamentarian election as well as rules and regs and counterview. So I'm just here to talk a little bit about those. So the parliamentarian role specifically chairs the Rules and Regulations Committee, as well as this year, as we're in the 3rd year, chairs the counterview committee, which essentially goes over any edits we need to make to the Constitution in one full load rather than bit by bit. Excuse me, guys. So the parliamentarian is the only official member of the Student Government Association that can interpret the Constitution. They also sit, when elected, next to Joseph and are essentially like a co-chair of sorts to the meeting, taking over what I do, currently introducing Joseph. Is there anything else that you think I should mention?
I'll just mention, this is a very important position, especially this year. going through constitutional review. There are a lot of changes that could be proposed, a lot of ideas going about. It's going to be a lot of time that's going to be needed for this. We have a deadline for constitutional review. It's coming up very quickly. So the person in this role really needs to have good time management, writing, communication skills, et cetera. So just really keep that in mind as you vote today.
All right. Do you want me to move to the parliamentary motions over to go rules and rights, or do you want me to just?
Yeah, let's Okay, great. Are there any nominations for the role of parliamentarian? Leah, Connor.
I nominate Ethan Haynes.
Do you accept this offer?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any further? Maureen Fernandez.
I nominate Christopher Lynn.
Okay, there is a nomination for Christopher Lannon. Do you accept this nomination?
I accept.
Okay. You two will have a.
Any further nominations?
Are there any further nominations? Sorry. Seeing none, y'all will be able to give a 1-minute spiel to the group why y'all think y'all should be voted in. We'll start with Chris.
Hello, I've written a little speech for you guys.
Thank you.
Good evening, Senate. My name is Chris Lannon, and I am looking forward to being your next parliamentarian. I want to thank Lorraine Fernandez for nominating me for this significant position. It will be a crucial constitutional review year, and it is with great humility that I accept it. If elected, I will be a voice for every senator on SGA and will represent all in fairness and impartiality. The SGA Constitution is a foundational document to our success and achievement over the last 100 years, but like many things in life, there is always room for improvement. If elected, I will revise and implement new initiatives in the Constitution, which will include revision for various articles and amendments, introduce new seats on SGA for different subgroups of students on campus, such as transfer students, graduate students, and international students, and review every article in the Constitution with my Constitutional Review Committee. In this role, I believe I will provide a fresh face, perseverance, and a positive attitude, and will work with all senators and board members to hear their perspective and input. Finally, as some of you know, I have a passion for micromanaging the finer details and behind the scenes work. But in this role, I promise to be in front and center of every meeting with weekly reports, open office hours, and discussion initiatives to keep everyone in the loop. I ask for your vote in this session, and thank you for your consideration. Go Owls.
Just as a note, we're passing around index cards. This is where you'll put your official vote. We'll collect it after, but.
Thank you, Christopher. Now for Ethan Haynes.
Excuse me, Dan. My apologies, buddy.
No,
bud. You're good there. Hello, Senate. My name is Ethan Haynes. I am a transfer student here to Westfield State University. I held the position of parliamentarian last year during the fall semester. I did have to leave to pursue my education a little bit further in the House of Congress so I could learn a little bit more about Robert's rules and how it's truly implemented in our system of government, along with having that knowledge and bring it back into student government. This is my second year, I'm bad at math, on student government. I hope I can hear from your vote today, and I hope you all have a great rest of the evening and a phenomenal semester.
All right, go ahead and put down your names on ballots, bring them forward, and we will have our advisors tally them. Bring them towards them.
Yeah. Again, either Ethan or Chris.
Yeah, make sure to fold them when you're done writing your name on it.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Dan, you can't run into it.
He's too excited.
Has everyone's vote been taken?
Does anybody need a pen? Probably should have asked that first.
Can I get a yes or no? Okay. Sounds like everything's been tallied. We'll have Justin here talk about our Rules and Regulations Committee, and we'll do the election for that while they tally votes.
All right, everybody. Just so you know, I'm up here explaining this because I was parliamentarian last spring when Ethan left. So the Rules and Regulations Committee is a standing committee within the Student Government Association that reviews and makes edits to every constitution for any group that wants to become a registered student organization on campus. So the club, or the committee reads the Constitution, makes edits if there are any necessary, and then under the new amendment that has just passed, we'll send it here before us, and we will go over it and decide if we want to pass it or not. So in that committee, Joseph, myself, and Austin serve as ex officio members, while each class gets to nominate one person to sit on this committee. So there's 9 people on the committee. That's pretty much it. So here I'll go down a little bit. So as it says there, the parliamentarian is the chair, the president, VP of Student Life, and VP of Finance have a seat on it, or they can set a designee. And just to explain that a little further, I'm sending a designee to this committee. Jacob is my designee. So that means Jacob will go to the committee in my stead, and he will be the official member for the Vice President of Student Life.
And then there are 4 members of each class. I don't know if he iterated that.
Yeah, each class gets to nominate a member, and then we'll be voting on that. We'll be voting on a member for each class once the parliamentarian election has been.
Do we need to do a secret ballot, or can we do it again?
Yes, it would, so just to explain the process. So it will be a secret ballot for rules and regs and constitutional review. How it will work once the parliamentarian vote is announced. Each will have nominations for each class. You can nominate whoever in that class. You will vote on one of these on the index cards. Please indicate first year, sophomore, junior, and senior. You have 4 people listed on that index card, because we will be going through those sequentially, and then those we turned over for the votes. Thank you.
So I'll also mention this, that Liam, also a former parliamentarian, we've got 3 of them in the room, mentioned. So we're only going to vote if they're disputed positions.
Correct.
So if one person is nominated for the first year class, you don't have to vote for them because they're automatically taking that seat because they have no competition. And same goes for the other classes if there's somebody else nominated as well.
Just a question. What is the difference between the Rules and Regulations Committee and the Constitutional Review Committee?
So the Rules and Regulations Committee is the committee that interprets the Constitution with parliamentarian, but it also goes over the constitutions for any group that wants to become a registered student organization. So Lorraine's Club Lafayette had to go through that process where they submitted a constitution and it had to get looked at by Rules and Regs and before it could become a registered student organization. But for Con Review, that committee focuses solely on reading the current constitution and making any edits that need to be made. That's pretty much all they do. They read through it, they make the changes, and then they'll eventually submit it to the full Senate when they're done.
I have 2 questions. One, can you okay. I have 2 questions. One, can you self-nominate?
Yes.
And 2, does this count as sitting on a seat in a committee?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, then no, you can't self-nominate, sorry. Somebody else has to nominate.
Yeah, sorry.
From your class.
From your class. Acculate Fuckos?
Hi, did you say when this committee is meeting, like how many times?
The committee meets when needed. So last semester, I think I had to meet once a week. That's just because we had a busy docket. It depends on how many constitutions you have, and when and where will be decided by the parliamentarian working with the members of the committee once elected to find a time and place that works for everybody.
So if you plan on serving on it, we'll work with you to find a time that works for everyone to meet for that committee. Any further questions? Acculate?
If we join a committee and decide afterwards we no longer want to be a part of that committee, we want to be part of another committee, are we allowed to do that?
Yeah, you can notify, or you can talk to your team huddle person, or you can go to the chair of that committee and the chair will communicate with us. But it would be nice if you gave your team huddle person some notice just so they can know, and then we can remove you from that committee and try to find another one that fits.
Sarah Harrington?
Going off of that, if you are already sitting on 2 committees, you don't need to drop one of them to join another one. If that one seems interesting to you, you can sit on one or 2 committees.
Are there any further questions? Okay, great. Before we go into this, I do have the results of the parliamentarian election.
Congratulations. Can I get a drum roll? Ethan Haynes.
Oh, if you want to do it.
Okay. Are there any nominations for the class of 2028? Stand up and nominate someone.
I nominate Ben James.
Okay. Is there a second to that?
You accept.
Oh,
I do accept.
right, you accept. I'm so sorry. Perfect. Is there a second to that?
I second.
Okay, great. Great. So you've been nominated. Oh.
Any other nominations?
Perfect. Are there any further nominations for that class of 2028? Seeing none, thank you. Are there any nominations for the class of 2027? Ezekiel,
I'd like to nominate Akale.
do you accept this nomination?
I accept.
Perfect, great. Any further nominations for the class of 2027? Seeing none, thank you. Are there any nominations for the class of 2026? Akila?
I nominate Ezekiel for class of 2026.
So are you guys the class of 2026 or 2027?
I'm 26, she's 27.
Someone from your class has to nominate you, so Travis can do that.
Oh.
I nominate Ezekiel.
Oh, thank you.
To mark in.
Someone has to be nominated.
Oh, it has to be in your class.
Yeah, it has to be in your class. So, it's okay. Is there someone from the class of 2027 that is willing to nominate Akile Fakos? Anyone else?
I don't think there's anybody here.
Look, that's-
2027.
Would I be able?
Well, just point of information, it doesn't have to be from the class. It can be anyone, but it's a representative for the class.
Beautiful.
That's what it is.
I confirm it.
Oh, so they have to represent that class?
Yeah, there should be one for each class. Yeah.
One for each class, though they do not need to be nominated from, by said class.
There we go. Beautiful. Great. So, do you accept the nomination, Ezekiel to mark in?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. Are there any further nominations for the class of 2026? Jacob,
I nominate Irini Mahida.
do you accept this nomination, Irini Mahida?
Yes, I accept.
Thank you. Are there any further nominations for the class of 2026? Seeing none, thank you. Are there any nominations for the class of 2025? Nicholas Palumbo,
I nominate Liam.
I accept.
do you accept? Okay. Are there any further nominations for the class of 2025? Great. We only have to vote on one, right?
Class of, just reiterates, for class of 2027, who is the nominee? I believe it was Zeke, correctly? And then who are the two for?
Ezekiel and Ubini.
All right, so from there they can each give,
Okay, so it's contested. We'll start with Ezekiel. Give us a 1 minute spiel of why you think you should be on this committee.
And this is rules and regulations.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
I like to make sure, because being on the Rules and Regulation Committee means that we have to work with rules and regulations. That seems rather straightforward. But the point is that we have to find flaws, we have to find mistakes, we have to find loopholes, we have to break these things. We are trying to find problems so that they can be solved. This is not about approving things that look good, it's about finding what's wrong. And if we cannot find anything wrong, then it's approved. And that's what I'm good at.
Thank you. Is there any further? Sorry. Irini?
Hi, everybody. My name is Irene Mahida. I'm a current junior here at Westfield State University. And you might see me serving, you might see my face on the door over here, but I would say that I'm a very involved member of a student of SAIL and now SGA. And I feel like I can bridge the gap between students and the rules and regulations. I am a very big rule follower, so I feel like being a part of this committee will not only refine my ability to bridge this gap, but also just familiarize myself with what is offered here at school, as well as just being able to better understand our student parliament and how we can work together to make this school a great place. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So just to clarify, on your index cards, you're writing the name of either Rini or Ezekiel for voting for their, to represent on that class. We will go around and collect those. Brian, here's one. Just the members of that class. Provost.
I thought it was a full SGA.
So on the whole.
What is the parliamentarian?
I'm working on it, give me a second.
A motion to move a 5-minute recess to figure this out.
Is there a second to this motion? Okay, motion carried. Or all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. What time is that? 6:50. We'll be resuming at 6:55. Motion carries.
Joseph, before you go.
If you want to take a moment to use a bathroom break, go ahead.
This is.
My freshman year was only.
Yeah.
This is why.
Okay, so Ethan's our parliamentarian, he's our rules guy now.
Yes.
So now we're voting on the people that sit on his group. So he can be like me and Dellea from every class. And we can get class nominated. Now we're voting on the class.
I was gonna say, like, all candidates.
Yes, yeah, so if like, you're
Yes.
say we're both, you guys, you nominate. And we're the senior, you get one everybody over the meeting.
Yep.
If it's disputed, only your seniors vote on it, or if it's not disputed, like how, they're just figuring out the process now.
Figure out the process, okay.
Exactly.
Questions about Connor?
Yeah.
So I can't do this. I sit in on the.
Does it say you can't?
It doesn't say I can't.
I have to, we'd have to look at just, there's gonna be a bylaw.
Yeah, I'll double check.
Okay.
Right now, I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's not.
Thank you. It's not a definite answer yet, though.
Okay. One minute. I guess you can call it one just so they get that.
I call back to order the meeting of the Student Government Association. I call to order the meeting. Thank you. All right, we have a final decision on behalf of our parliamentarian. Ethan, do you want to share it?
Of course. So after review of the Constitution with members of our advising team, we did find that since the entire body can nominate anyone, we are going to allow the entire body to then vote on that position.
Okay, so move. So everyone go ahead and put in your ballots into the ballot box that Sarah will be collecting momentarily. While Sarah goes ahead and collects that, we'll have Justin and Dan review the Constitutional Review Committee. Go ahead.
All right, so the Constitutional Review Committee is a special committee of the Student Government Association charged by the Constitution with reviewing the bylaws, existing articles, and recommending amendments to the Constitution. So this is a process that happens every 3 years, and it's a way that the committee can recommend a lot of changes to the Constitution rather than just one by one through the amendment process, and it's all voted on at one time, so it makes it a nice fluid process. And this year this year, it makes it an important year, and I hope Ethan is ready for that because it's going to be very, very, very busy. So go down to composition. So the parliamentarian acts as the chair of this committee as well. Members of Rules and Regs cannot serve on both Con Review and Rules and Regs, and same goes for members of Con Review can't serve on Rules and Regs, so you have to choose one. The committee is made up of 2 executive council members appointed by the president, as well as 4 SGA members, 1 from each class, just like Rules and Regulations does. And we'll follow the same nomination process and the same election process if there are any contested positions.
All right, I will go ahead and appoint Daniel Courier and Justin Walden on behalf of the Executive Council to serve on this committee. Do you guys accept my appointment?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Question? Yes.
Does Dan count as a senior? Like as a
No.
seniors?
No.
You still have to appoint somebody, sorry. Are there any questions on the nomination process for Constitutional Review Committee or? Ms. Lennon?
I just wanted to ask, I did review the Constitution that was updated in 2022, and it said that no less than 1 member per class can sit on Con Review. It says at minimum 7. Does that mean that we can add more seats when?
That's at the discretion of the parliamentarian.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good question. All right, are we ready? Great. What question is Ezekiel?
Yep, just one follow-up. Until we know if we're on the Rules and Regulations Committee, how will we then know if we're eligible for?
We're gonna go over
this?
the results now,
Okay.
before we get to voting and nomination.
Yeah. We're just waiting. Thank you. That was it. It's a committee that you choose. Yes. Oh, we'll start with the other question, yeah. Give you time to think. All right, I have the results for the class of 2026. Can I get a drum roll, please? Congratulations, Ezekiel. And just as a note, Irini, you are able to run for one of these on this if you're interested in constitutional review. Thank you. All right, let's start with the class of 2028. Do we have any nominations for the class of 2028?
We do not have a nomination.
That's okay, if you need to wait and talk more and see who's interested, then you can.
I nominate Ben James.
Oh, Ben, oh, he's on Rules of Rights, I think.
Sorry, yes.
Oh, I can't recall.
No, you can only be on one.
Okay.
Thank you, Doug. Great effort. We'll move on to the class, oh,
I nominate Jacob Train.
do you accept this nomination?
I accept.
Okay, great. Are there any further for the class of 2028? Great. Just as a point of information, the reason why you can't have can't be in two roles concurrently between rules and regulations and constitutional review is because of the fact that they are so close, close in terms of like what they do. Constitutional review reviews the Constitution and changes it to make a future draft of it, whereas the rules and regulations bases off the current version to make decisions on rules and regulations. Okay, great. So for the class of 2027, do we have any nominations?
There's only one here.
Okay. Dan? What do we do? We wouldn't think of each other. Okay, great, thank you, moving on. Class of 2026, do we have any nominations? Ezekiel?
I'd like to nominate Irene.
Thanks.
Do you accept this nomination,
I
Irene?
do, yes.
Are there any further nominations for the class of 2028? Jacob?
I nominate Christopher Landon.
Beautiful. Do you accept this nomination, Christopher?
I do.
Great. For the class of 2025, do we have any nominations?
I nominate Nick Palumbo.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Do you accept this nomination?
I do.
Do you really? Okay, great.
Yeah, I nominate Anderson.
Anderson, do you accept this nomination?
Yeah.
Oh, great, okay. Okay, great. So we have two ballots that we will be voting on. The first one we will be voting on class of 2026. Does everyone have new index cards? Okay, great. I'll go ahead and give out another one for the next ballot. Go ahead.
No, it's all the same. It's all the
same. All the same one.
Just
Okay, great.
indicate class 2026, 2025.
So fold it in half and write one on each end, I guess. So for the class of 2026, we have Rini Mahida and Christopher Landon. And for the class of 2025, we have Nicholas Palumbo and Anderson Dellea.
We need to talk.
Dan, go ahead.
Point of information, we need to give them the opportunity to speak to their
Oh,
public.
yes, I'm so sorry. Wow. Thank you. Christopher Landon, would you like to give a spiel?
Hello again. I think I'm perfect for Constitution Review Committee. I have, like I said in my speech, I have a passion for micromanaging the finer details and working behind the scenes. I've done so on class council, last 2 years as treasurer, rep at large now, and on CAB before in the past. And so I think I'm the right person for it. I also think that there needs to be a lot of improvements to our Constitution, such as adding seats for different subgroups of students on campus, transfer students, graduate students, and international students, as well as improving the finer details that work in our Constitution. Thank you.
Beautiful, thank you. Irene, would you like to go up and give a 1-minute spiel?
Sure, of course. Hi, everybody, it's me again. Of course, you guys now know who I am because of my previous shtick. But I want to better understand the flaws of our previous student government, it's called the Constitution, as well as review the current one that is being imposed. And I want to compare and contrast, really fill in those gaps that we miss in the previous one and just see and better understand the ins and outs of Student Government Association and also just have a more refined and known position here on this campus. And it would be a pleasure to serve alongside our executive board members on this position, as well as our lovely parliamentarian here present. Thank you, everybody. I would love to get your vote.
Thank you. Now for the class of 2025, let's start with Anderson.
Thank you, guys. I would like to do this position because I would like to help make sure our club, all the constitutions are up to what we as Westfield State have of our standard, and make sure that it's what we want and not, stuff signed through the class, kind of like what Ezekiel mentioned earlier, like make sure things are actually what they are and not just surface level. Woo-hoo-hoo. So yeah.
Thank you, Anderson. Nicholas Palumbo.
Hi everyone, my name is Nick Palumbo, senior class president. I want to be part of Con Review, just to kind of like what Anderson was saying, just about more to help form that next version of the Constitution, make those types of changes.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, go ahead, cast your votes, and Laura Cafaro will be going around collecting your.
Oh, right, I forgot.
Point of order. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Nothing I should have said.
If the new senators wanna like say a hi and what their role is, maybe like what your major or things like that, that'd be nice.
That'd be great. Why don't we start with, actually, everyone can go ahead and introduce themselves. We'll start with Ezekiel, move down this way. Back and forth.
I'm Ezekiel Tamarkin, but most people call me Zeke because it's a lot easier to say. I'm a history major who transferred last spring after getting an associate's degree in computer science back in 2019, which was a great year to graduate. But now I'm a history major going for education because I just keep changing my hobbies, honestly.
Thank you.
In fact, I have a better answer for that. I mean, I was game design before.
Hi everyone, my name is Akile Pecos. I'm a sophomore. My major is political science with a concentration in pre-law. Yeah. Nice to meet you all.
Christopher Landon.
Hi again. I'm Chris Landon. I am a second semester junior here at Westfield State, majoring in history, secondary education with a minor in political science. I am also serve as the class of 2026 treasurer.
And thank you. Baruch? Introduce yourself, everyone.
Hi, I'm Baruch. My major is CIS, and I'm a senior who was a transfer from STIC. I'm probably going to be a supervisor.
And can you share your position with everyone?
Oh, my position, APC, I have a committee in APC, and I'm a rep at large.
Thank you. Dominic?
Hello. My name is Dominic Zyko. Weird last name, I know. I'm a sophomore here. I'm actually a double major. Well, about to become a double major, marketing and health sciences. Fun fact about me: I'm a volunteer firefighter and a certified EMT. And yeah, I'm on that line.
Thank you, Dominic. Thank you. You ready?
Hi, everybody. My name is Irina Mahita. I am a current junior here at Westfield State who also transferred here this past spring semester. On campus, you'll see me in my social squad office 3 days a week. I also am an office assistant in the advising office, so you can come see me also 3 days a week. And I am rep at large. And my major here at Westfield State is I'm a liberal studies major, the triple concentration in marketing, management, English.
Thank you.
Major.
Ethan.
I'm Ethan Mountain. I'm a freshman, and I'm in the exercise science program for physical therapy, and I am the community fundraiser.
Thank you. Troya.
Hello, everyone. My name is Troya Marcel. I am also a freshman. My major is in English, but I'm looking to do a concentration in communication. My position is rep for Corky Hall.
Thank you. Welcome. Ethan?
Hello again. My name is Ethan. I was your new hall representative. I am no longer that. I'm a political science major with concentration in law. I'm a transfer student from Western North Dakota. I got a dorm cat. You can all say hi whenever you want.
Thank you. Melissa? Yeah.
Melissa, commuter council representative, major in criminal justice, minor in sociology.
Thank you. And Melissa, what's your role?
Commuter council representative.
Thank you. Oh, she already said it? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, Sophia. I'm so sorry. I was like, where is she? Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm president of the commuter council. I'm also on the cross-country team, and I'm the secretary of ACES, and I'm a biology major, and I'm a sophomore.
Thank you so much. Cody?
My name is Cody Woisington. I'm a freshman class rep. I'm also the co-president of the boxing club. I'm majoring in criminal justice and political science with a concentration in law.
Thank you. And Ben?
My name is Ben James. I am a freshman class representative. I am also majoring in biology in the men's school track.
Ooh.
It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Stella?
Hello, I'm Stella. I'm a junior. I'm a transfer. I'm a junior class rep, and my major is sports medicine with concentration of physical therapy.
Thank you. Rachel?
Hello, I'm Rachel Liu. I'm a junior class representative, and I am a business major.
Thank you. Travis?
I'm Travis Black, junior class president. I'm a poli-sci with a law concentration and econ double major.
Thank you so much. Aiden?
My name is Aiden Luciano. I am the freshman class president for class 28. I'm a political science and economics major, and I'm also a rep for the honors program.
Thank you. Thomas?
My name is Thomas McLaughlin. I'm a freshman class rep. I'm a CJ major. I do not yet have a minor.
Thank you. Jacob?
My name is Jacob Turner. I am a freshman class rep, and I'm a history and education major.
Thank you so much. Isabella?
Hi everyone, my name is Isabella. I'm a senior. I'm a class rep. I major in social work, and I double minor in psychology and Spanish. I'm a tour guide. And I also make videos with the marketing team here at the university.
Thank
And
you.
I'm an RN.
Thank you. Anderson?
What's up, everyone? I'm Anderson. I'm a class rep. I'm also a class publicist. I'm the head RA at Courtney Hall. I'm a tour guide. I'm president of Men's Club Lacrosse here. I'm a special education major. I'm from Leominster. I'm an Ethan since he's a little boy. That's me.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Nicholas?
I'm Nick Colombo, the senior class president. I'm a movement science major with a concentration in PE, a minor in coaching. I'm also a tour guide.
Thank you. Liam?
Best for last, I'm Liam Connors, political science major with concentrations in law, public administration, and community planning minor. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, now I have the results. Can I get a drum roll, please? For the class of 2026, we have Irini Mahida. Congratulations. And for the class of 2025, can I get a drum roll? Anderson Dellea. Is there a motion to end new business? So moved. Second. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Are there any announcements? Ethan Heads?
Members of the Rules and Regulations Committee, Constitution Review Committee, please see me for just a quick second after this meeting.
Thank you. Any further? Austin Morgan?
If you're interested in joining the finance committee, come see me after the meeting.
Daniel Courier?
There's a vice presidential debate tonight, so go watch it at 9 o'clock, and hopefully you don't leave the country after.
Justin Wall?
If you want to join the special committee on club relations and celebrations, you can also come and see me, give me more information. I can provide that then too.
Sarah Harrington?
My upcoming meeting with the Provost is October 15th. I'll give you another reminder next week, but if you have anything you'd like to tell him.
Christopher Lannon?
I put some yes on 2 flyers last week on the back table there. The yes on question 2 is about the MCAS in Massachusetts and whether it should be a graduation requirement for state schools.
Thank you. Are there any further? Jacob Constant?
Congratulations to everybody who got elected to serve on the committees.
Are there any further?
Joseph Padilla?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out today. I apologize that today was a little bit of a lengthier meeting. They will not be like this going forward. We just had a lot of line items in new business, but I look forward to working with all of you throughout the year. If you have any questions, feel free to ask any of us or come during our office hours. They're posted on the pillar or on my office wall, or glass rather. Thank you so much for joining us and congratulations to everyone. Are there any further? Nicholas Colombo.
228 days until commencement.
Thank you. If there is no additional business. What? Roll call. I'm so sorry.
Before I begin, nobody pack up until I finish.
Thank you.
Nicholas Palumbo.
Here.
Isabella Moniz.
Here.
Anderson Dellea.
Here.
William Connor.
Here.
Travis McLaughlin.
Here.
Rachel Liu.
Here.
Stella Greenberg.
Here.
Aiden Luciano.
Here.
Ben James. James. You said here. Jacob Trainer.
Here.
Thomas McLaughlin.
Here.
Cody Hoisington.
Here.
Sophia Rubencheck. Melissa Kuzmeski.
Here.
Raymond Corto. Ethan Mollinson.
Here.
Irene Mahita.
Here.
Dominic Zyko.
Here.
Ezekiel Tamarkin.
Here.
Akila Fasos.
Here.
Fasos. Perush Sharma.
Here.
Christopher Lannon.
Here.
Ethan Haynes.
Here.
And Troyo Nozo.
Here.
If there is no additional business, I call to adjourn the October 1st meeting of the Student Government Association until October 8th. Yeah.
I will finish with Dan Fail.
Yeah.
I do. See my Thanos gone.
I accidentally
For our new senators, your name tags, you can put them in your mail.